Oh shit, when I was younger I wanted to be like a chemist and shit, to be honest with you. I was always fascinated with that shit, but yo, this is Kudde. I'm 21 years old from Iowa City and this is a Broke Boy interview.
Only thing I've ever known is that they won't take they can't take my soul. Yeah. They won't take my soul. Can never take it, they know.
Nah shit, when I was younger I wanted to be like a chemist and shit, to be honest with you. I was always fascinated with that shit, but then I gave that up and shit, I started smoking weed in like late sophomore year of high school, and I started like getting, one of my boys, Austin told me he put me onto like a different kind of rap, like conscious rap, you know what I mean, which got me into like a whole new like aspect of music, you know what I mean, and that's when I really started to fuck with rap, but I didn't start making music until like junior year, and that shit was on the old SoundCloud. I just like would record shit, like I'll play a beat off my dad's laptop and record it through the voice memos on my iPhone type of shit, you know what I mean? And then like shit, a couple of years later, my buddy introduced me to a studio. I met a show from Brandon Miller from ESD and Lee Studio Design here in town, and they got me like my first couple shows, like opening shows and shit, and from then on I just kept like going with it because I felt like shit, like if anybody could do it, why not me, you know what I mean? Might as well take a risk, and even if I fail, better take a risk than fucking never to know, you dig? Yeah, it's my last name. It's just back in 7th grade football, our coaches would always call us off our last name. So it was just like me and the friends in the football team, we all just fuck around and call each other. We're kind of mocking the coaches in a way. We always call each other by our last names, and that shit just stuck with me. So I figured like if I wanted to rap, I would need a rap name, but I wasn't gonna think too hard, and everyone already called me Kudde anyways, or Kudde or whatever. So I was like, well, just fucking go with that. Throw a money sign on an S just to make fun of it. Just it's like a joke to myself, you know what I mean? Because like fuck the money, I want my music to reach people. You dig? You know what I mean? I just throw the money sign in there because that's what rappers do. You dig? Like the first person to really bring me into rap is definitely J. Cole. Like I started listening to J. Cole and I was just amazed by the way that he could construct lyrics. You know what I mean? Put shit together in the way that was so complex but easy to understand, and it just blew my mind, you know what I mean? I fucked with it so much, and I started getting put on to Kendrick and shit, and all the TDE, you know what I mean? I love Isaiah Rashad. Isaiah Rashad will probably always be my favorite artist, just because I feel like if I overplay any song too much, I can always play Isaiah Rashad, and it's always good, you know? Yeah, he's definitely my favorite artist, but I fuck with like Felly, I fuck with a lot of the up and coming artists too, like popping right now and shit. I don't know, I feel like my influences can almost change daily depending on my mood, you feel me? But yeah, man, I feel like it's always what I'm feeling. I mean, sometimes I'm just like talking shit and just fucking around bars, just, you know what I mean, whatever, just having fun, fucking around a track, just doing whatever. But sometimes it's like I got something I'm feeling, like music is basically like my way to express myself, because I don't like to be very like, I don't like to talk about my problems to other people, you know what I mean? Like music's just what, if I'm happy, if I'm belligerent, getting fucked up, if I'm sad, if, you know what I mean, it's every part of me that I can't show in any other way better than music, you know what I mean? So it's everything to me. It's my good sides, my bad sides, my fucking, you know what I mean? Yeah, I performed opened for Kid Ink, and then that was the second show I did at Union. The first show I opened for Ty Dolla $ign. That shit was fucking awesome. You know, like that was like my first, like, it was hella people there, you know what I mean, on a real stage. Like that shit was really cool. But before that, I opened for like Dizzy Wright and a couple other people.
That was the first show, man.
Dizzy Wright?
Yeah.
And there was a couple, like Nappy Roots was like one of the first ones I did a long time ago, but just like local shows here and there, I was just opening and shit. Eventually, I caught a little wave for a second. I had a couple of my own shows where I headlined, and surprisingly enough, there was a decent turnout, like 100 to 150 people at each one, you know what I mean? Like, it was amazing to hear, like, even just if it was only 10 or 12 people, like, knowing the words to my songs, like, it was the coolest feeling ever, you know what I mean? Like, and after performing my first show, like, having, like, people there for me being the main event, like, I knew I was like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life, you know what I mean? And I don't care if I get super fucking rich and have millions and millions of dollars, but if I can like sustain a living by just like making music and like traveling and having people like fuck with my music and know the words, like that's a happy life for me. I'll die happy. I mean, I don't care. I don't know. I'd say I have a song called Dear Kudde. I feel like that's probably like my most personal, like deep song that I've ever wrote. Like a message like about myself. I definitely wrote that song for me. We'll admit sometimes I feel like I'm writing songs to please other people, but then sometimes I'm just writing shit as if I pretend as if no one's ever gonna hear it, but then I still release it. You know what I mean? Just like be as real as I can with myself. But Dear Kudde is like, I say like probably the realest track I ever wrote. I'm very proud of that track. But,
what's that one about?
It's basically like from two perspectives, one from Jared and one from Kudde. You know what I mean? Like as if I was two people, you know what I mean? Talking back and forth and about what Jared thinks Kudde is doing wrong and how Kudde disagrees, you know what I mean? If I was two separate people, I don't know. It's an interesting song. I think it's an interesting song. I think it's some of my best work, the way I concluded it, but I don't know. If anyone wants to go listen to some shit, if they're looking for deep shit of mine, I would recommend that song the most.
Is that your most recent one?
No, I've got some other shit. My most recent song I released is called Lost.
No, like, yeah.
It's not like I have like MPD, you know what I mean? Like it's nothing like that. But like I don't know, I like to like create a concept and then go with it and see what happens, because it's like the way I thought about it is just like everyone has different days, you know what I mean? Where you happy or you sad, and like sometimes I like make reckless ass decisions and choices I know I should be making, and I feel like that's that Kudde. That's that me out here trying to make it as a rapper and almost create an image for myself to go with it, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But then Jared, I feel like is the part of me, my parents raised that taught me right from wrong and taught me that like there's things in life that don't matter and there's things in life that have value that don't shine, you know what I mean? And like so I feel like I'm kind of conflicted with that. That's why I like. I mean, that's basically what the song is. If I fucking ever like make it, whatever that means to whoever, but like I'll make music to the day I die, just for myself, just because it's like in the end when I'm fucking 80 years old and I got 100 tracks, you know what I mean? That's my life. That's a timeline of my life that like no one can separate. So regardless if I make it like. To me, I'm making my own history, you know? So,
yeah, exactly.
Like, that's the reason I do that shit. Like, ultimate goal, like, be able to travel the world, performing music, you know what I mean? Doing festivals, getting on stage, like, just traveling and, like, creating something from nothing, basically, you know what I mean? And, like, getting to experience, like, people that can like hear what I'm saying, you know what I mean, and like hopefully reach some people, you know what I mean. Like I make some shit that's just for turning up, but like I do make songs that are deep, and I hope some people can find some sort of relation in that, and like maybe it can better them. But like ultimately, like I'm not out here for like the riches or the fame, but I'm also not gonna lie, like of course those things would be awesome to have too, but more so I just like I would just rather have people like fuck with me, you know what I mean? Like I could give a fuck about all the shiny shit. It don't matter to me. Everyone's the same in the craft, and I'd rather just get lit and have a bunch of people get lit with me, and you know what I mean, do that forever and make a living off of it. As long as I'm good and my team eats too, like I'll be happy. I don't care if I'm the richest man on earth. That's not my goal. You know? Yeah. I'm working with this guy, West. I work with him quite frequently. I got a buddy named Chino. He's got a couple music videos out. Shouts out to Chino. Check out Will You, his music video on YouTube. Phenomenally done music video, incredible song, amazing. I've been working with him a lot, but mostly I've just been working on my own shit. Honestly, I was an album, but I don't think it's gonna be an album. I'm thinking it's just gonna be a mixtape. I'm not cracking enough to be trying to make people pay for shit, you know what I mean? But like I've got like 22 tracks right now recorded, and I just gotta pick. Like I'm gonna try and pick 16 out of those and then release them. But so I definitely got more music on the way and music videos on the way too. But it's just a process. So taking time with this shit. I want it to sound as best as possible.
Yeah. Any upcoming concerts or anything in the near future?
Nah, the probation factor holds me back from doing performances because most of them are at bars.
Yeah.
And I'm not allowed in, but could be getting off probation soon. Probably not. I'm supposed to get off 2020, but if I can do all the things that I'm required by the court to do, there's a chance I'll get off early.
Sure.
And I'll say I'm doing alright with that. We'll just live with that. I mean, Eminem and Lil Wayne were probably the first rappers I ever heard, and just the way that they did shit was just cool to me. So they got me into music. But shit, like one person I definitely have to thank, I always will thank, is my mother, my mom. I love my mom to death. She's the most wonderful person in my life, 100%. She's always supported me through everything, no matter what. So like, she's definitely been a huge part of helping me move towards what I want to achieve, you know what I mean? As well as like all my friends, you know what I mean? I don't have like a big group of friends, like, but I got a close circle that I trust with everything, you know what I mean? I'm like, they pick me up when I'm down. I always do the same for them. And like, it's not about what we get out of each other, it's about what we can give to each other, you know what I mean? Like, so like, shouts out to shit, all my friends and my family, because like, those are people that have always been there and I'll always be. Yo, my name is Kudde, and this was a Broke Boy interview. Check out my music. I got a lot of it on SoundCloud. We got some videos on YouTube. More coming soon.
I know you pay. Girl, I done fucked up with you. I hear your name. Can't say that I don't miss you. Don't call me crying.